Hi guys, my name is Alex. I'm a sex coach, and today we are blessed with Steve Harvey's advice on love and sex. As a sex coach myself, I want to see if Steve Harvey, the host of Family Feud and other things that didn't quite go too well.
Okay, folks. I have to apologize.
I want to know if he's right about love and sex, right? Don't you? So today on Sex Coach Reacts, we are reacting to a clip of Steve Harvey on the Rachel Ray show where he is giving his advice on love and sex. We're going to watch that video. I'm going to react to it. I'm going to tell you guys basically if it's good or bad.
I'm 37 and single, and I would like to get married and have children one day. And I feel like I've tried everything. I've played hard to get with guys, waited a few days to call them back, don't respond to their texts right away. I've been open and honest with guys when I feel like I really like them. I've tried that approach, hasn't worked. I've made guys wait before I've slept with them, and I've maybe that's the problem. No, I'm just kidding. And I've also if I really liked a guy and felt like I had a strong connection, I've slept with them faster than I normally would, and neither have worked.
So you're thinking you're doing everything right and you're running out of options.
Yes, running out of options.
Okay, so there is the setup. This is the woman that's in dire need of love and sex advice from Steve Harvey. Sounds like she's done just about everything. So what should she do, in my opinion? Well, I'm going to save that, and we'll see what Steve Harvey says first, okay?
First of all, let me tell you this. You got too much emphasis on the sleeping aspect of it. You wait a long time to sleep with them, you sleep with them right away. There's too much emphasis on that. The guy that wants you is gonna want you. See, that's the trick, ladies. You gotta show a man what he can get, but you gotta make him imagine what he can have. You gotta get smart here. You gotta show him what he can get, but you gotta make him imagine what he can have.
Okay, so the audience goes wild at this interesting phrase or statement that Steve Harvey makes, and I would like to analyze this statement in order to kind of figure out what exactly he means by this. You have to show a man what he can get and make a man imagine what he can have. So, to me, right away, this just sounds good, and I'm guessing that's why they're clapping to it, but let's see if Steve Harvey explains himself, because I'm thoroughly confused by this statement.
And take sleeping out of the equation. What you want to do is to get a guy to care about you first. See, the guy that cares about you is the guy that's not going to let you go. You sleep with a guy, that's not how you trap a man. What you're giving a man, everyone has one. The thing that you give to a man, every woman has one of those. It only counts when he cares about you. You got to set your standards high. You got to not settle. You can't have a foot-high fence. If you got a foot-high fence, a lot of people step over in your yard and play.
Build your fence higher.
A 12-high fence. Nobody comes in your yard to play.
Okay, so I'm still concerned about showing a man what he can get and making a man imagine what he can have. And I'm going to figure this one out for you guys. And so, let me think about this. Okay, after a lot of deliberation, a lot of contemplation of Steve Harvey's little one-liners, little statement, show a man what he can get, make a man imagine what he can have. I have come to the conclusion that this could be thought of in two different ways. The first way is a sexual way, because he begins that statement saying that she's too concerned about sleeping around and when she should sleep with someone, when she should not sleep with someone. So the first way I interpret that sentence is show a man what he can get. So I guess show your body or whatever it is through nude photos, maybe just alluring photos, or, you know, show him what he can get, work your stuff, be sexy, wear sexy clothing around him, and then make him imagine what he can have. So hold out on the actual sex, make him imagine it first. Don't just go all out and show everything. Make him imagine the sex before he can have it. I think that would be the first way to interpret it, which I don't necessarily think is that great of advice or what Steve Harvey is actually trying to get at when he says this line. So the second way I interpret this line, show a man what he can get, I'm thinking that means show him your personality, show him your true self. Be your true self. Don't play games like this person is obviously doing. Don't overthink things. Just do things how you would want to do them. Show them who you are as a person. Make them imagine what they could have. So if you're showing them exactly who you are, then they can imagine their life with you together, and they can dream about a life with you together, because then they truly know exactly who you are and they know what they're getting when they're talking to you, and they're not playing any games, so they can truly imagine without illusion. And so if we're going on that second interpretation of that sentence, then we can infer that Steve Harvey is just saying be yourself, and then he adds on to that, have higher standards. And I would agree with both of those things. The whole idea of making a man imagine what they could have seems a little bit off to me, and it kind of has that connotation of playing games, of making them wait and making them imagine what they could have rather than just being upfront and blunt and open and honest, which is what the first thing would lead to by showing a man what they can get. So I'm not really sure that this line is that deep or meaningful at all whatsoever. I think Steve Harvey gives some good advice saying increase your standards and possibly be yourself, and also don't worry too much about the sex part. That will happen when it happens. You don't have to play any games. I think all that stuff is good. The problem with making a man imagine what they could have is that you run into the problem of illusion in relationships. So anytime you're imagining something in a relationship, what you're imagining is an illusion, right? It's not real. And so if you're building someone up in your mind because all you can do is imagine them because they're making a man imagine what they could have, sometimes that image, that illusion is better than anything you could possibly give them. And so you will be a disappointment to them. Who really knows what he's saying? He got good applause because it sounded deep. It was like the Deepak Chopra level of dating and relationship advice, where it just sounds fancy, and so you think, oh, that sounds smart, that must be what I have to do. Then you go back to your normal life and you're thinking, what exactly do I have to do? Because that statement makes no sense. Anyway, survey says that this is okay advice, I guess, but truly just be yourself. Don't overthink things. Don't play games. And yes, you should have high standards. Whenever you get into a relationship, you should be in a relationship because you want to be in a relationship with that person, because they enhance your life in some way. So don't settle for anything less, and don't just sleep around with random people, and your relationships will probably be better. So that'll do it for me in this video. If you enjoyed this video, then give me a like, leave me a thumbs up. That's pretty cool, right? Also, if you want to watch more of my content, definitely do. I have a lot of videos. I put them out daily. If you're interested in that, definitely consider subscribing. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you found this video informative. Until next time, hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.